If you want to be a positive motivational influencer on social media, here's a tip that I learned the hard way. My wife actually helped me realize this, and I'm not sure I'm even good at it yet, but she's right. When you make videos on social media, when I first started 10 years ago, and I've built 80 million views online and 6 YouTube channels and a 6-figure business, it's a dream come true. I went and looked in my eyes in the mirror and I said, don't you dare ever be negative. As far as like you neutral or positive, but don't be negative. Because we all go through negative stuff. I'm probably being a little negative right now, but here's the challenge. You feel like an imposter if you lie and like you're a liar if you tell people to have a great day, if you're actually feeling somber or having a bad day. So how are you supposed to go tell people to have a good day if you're not having a good day yourself? Wouldn't you tell them the truth and be like, hey, I'm really upset and depressed right now because of yada yada. Nobody wants to hear that. Now, what if you got a sales promotion or contractual obligations to be positive and you're just having a bad month? Now you have to go against the grain of your authenticity, and there's an answer to this, and still go fake being positive or force yourself to be positive. That's not healthy. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I was so on this authentic kick even years ago, I was sharing when I was even negative. I just wanted to be authentic and share the truth. And I have a buddy who had like millions of subscribers online. He says you could have like 100 good days in a row and you have a bad hour. If you share that on social media, people will like think that's who you are all the time. But here's the message real quick. Here's the next form of authenticity. It's when you do it and you're positive and you do it for them. Third stage service, not for you and your ego, not even out of compromise. You do it just because it's right. Look at the famous like Rod Stewart or these musicians that have been traveling and touring for 40 years, sing the same songs over and over and over. They've made millions of dollars. They don't have to do it. But they go on that stage and they sing their heart out and they play for the people in the audience because those songs carry memories. They do it as a third stage conscious practitioner. The people that grew up on those songs, right? Or they might, some of these musicians might do it because it's all they know and they're freaking terrified that if they stop, they'll die. And who are they if they don't do music and they've sold their soul? That's totally different. Sorry. I think it's the Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, who's the author of the 48 Laws of Power, said like we look at extremely successful people and we make up this stupid crap and we say, there's no way they could have just worked their tail off to get to where they're at. They must be lucky. Or they must be doing something nefarious. It's like, sometimes that could be true, but other times it's like, take responsibility and accountability for your own life and hustle your ass off and go build a life for yourself. And it takes a lot of focus. And one of those pieces of focus specifically is, how do you remain authentic and put out a positive message even if you're having a bad day? Because if you stop making content because you're having a bad day, you might fall off the wheel and months will go by and you ain't made a single video. So you get in the practice of putting in the reps. Bro, we banged out a video yesterday. We had 5 hours to film. We wasted 4 hours and 35 minutes. We couldn't get it together. The 25 minutes left, we set up 3 cameras and banged out a video in 25 minutes. This video was fire. And it'll be coming out soon on my other YouTube channel. It was a very authentic video is what I'm saying. So here's my challenge to you. I want you to tell your origin story of, talk about how you maybe have some success today. Here's how it goes. Hi, I'm Keith Kalfas. Today I have built 2 6-figure businesses and I've done this, and this, and I lived the life of my dreams, but it was not always this way. You could be like only 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 short years ago, I was flat broke with debt collectors calling me. You know, I just put a ring on my wife's finger. I'm making some spaghetti. And I was terrified, and I went out at night and on the weekends and launched a landscape business from nothing out of the trunk of my wife's car. And I was able to get hundreds of clients and buy a crappy truck and build a whole business and pay off debt. And I bootstrapped it. I learned from trial and error and watching YouTube videos. It's just like you tell your story of where you came from and your humble beginnings. Somebody online will come and find that, see you're being authentic, and they will be inspired, and you'll find a kindred spirit. My wife's walking on the door. I gotta cook this spaghetti. I love my wife. May the Lord bless you. I'm serious.